Y'all know what's going on. It's time for another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Bacon. Welcome to the show, y'all. They say karma walks slow, but it walks steady. If that's true, I started hearing his footsteps about a month after Fields disappeared. Not in a dream, not in no letter, through a rumor carried on the back of a janitor's car. "Hey, Joe," one of the porters whispered. "You hear about Fields?" I shook my head and, man, they say he got hit. Hit? Yeah, not like a car accident either, like hit. I didn't react. Couldn't tell if the chill in my chest was satisfaction or guilt playing dress up. See, when a man like that gets what's coming, nobody cheers out loud. You just breathe different. Because in here, justice is a rumor with bad handwriting. That night, lying on my bunk, I stared up at the ceiling fan again. Same old rhythm. But this time, the blades looked like hands spinning the wheel of fortune. I whispered to the dark, "Numbers don't lie, huh?" And I swear the hum of that fan answered back, "No." But people do. A week later, Officer Samuels called me out again. Not to the captain's office, just the hallway near laundry where cameras don't catch much. He folded his arms, looked around once, then said, "You knew Fields, right?" I nodded. Word is he was gambling with the wrong people. Not just you inmates, street folks. Debt got deep. He leaned in. They found him outside Nashville. Wallet gone, hands tied. "Any suspects?" I asked, my throat feeling like sandpaper. Samuel shrugged. "World's full of bad math, Joe. Some debts don't balance till they bleed." I didn't say nothing. But later that night, I couldn't close my eyes without seeing that officer's half smile. The one he gave me when he took my numbers, when he promised soon. The same smile he probably gave whoever took his life. There's a saying I made up that night. If you dance with a liar, make sure your shoes can swim, because one way or another, that dance ends in mud. And I've been dirty too long to pretend I don't recognize the smell. I ain't proud of what came next. But pride and survival don't share the same room for long. After Fields' death, the lottery hustle dried up. But greed just changes uniforms. The new CO crew saw how money used to move, and they just didn't have Fields' finesse. They taxed commissaries, snatched snacks, charged men for favors like protection or letters. Nothing major, but it stunk of hunger, and hunger don't last long without a meal. One afternoon, I saw Samuels watching from across the yard. Not with suspicion, more like curiosity. So I walked over slow, hands behind my back like always, and he said, "They respect you." I said, "Respect and fear rent the same room, they just pay different." He nodded. "Maybe you should tell your guys to stop bleeding this place dry." "Not my guys," I said. "Just tenants I don't evict." "Still," he said, "they look at you before they move." I smiled faint. Then they learning from the wrong man. A few days later, commissary got shorted. Rumor said someone stole half the truck's load before it hit the dock. Instant coffee, chips, tuna, ramen, all gone like hope in a thunderstorm. The COs blamed us, we blamed them. Balance restored, just upside down. By dinner, men were restless. Cigarettes turned into currency again, whispers turned into trays. And me? I sat back and watched the ecosystem reboot like a virus that found new lungs. That night, a folded note slid under my door. No name and no flourish, just 4 words written in all caps, "Check the dryer vent." Now, I done this dance before. Could be set up, could be blessing, but curiosity, that's the tax on survival. I waited till shift change, grabbed the mop, slipped into laundry like routine. Pulled open the metal vent by dryer number 3, right where Fields used to post up. Inside was an old envelope, brittle, stained like it knew too much. 5 lottery slips, and a torn Polaroid of him and Fields holding a stack of cash and smiling like sin had paid in full. I sat down on the folding table, felt my pulse trying to crawl out my neck. The numbers on those slips, mine. Dated the week I played. The bastard really did cash it. For a second, anger came back. Sharp, young, stupid. Then guilt took its seat right beside it. Because whatever line got him killed, I drew it years ago when I trusted him with hope. I burned the Polaroid in the mop sink, watched his grin curl into ash, watched smoke crawl up the vent like a ghost returning home. Then I flushed the ashes and whispered, "We even," but my stomach said otherwise. After that, time got quieter. Men still schemed, God still lied, the world still spun crooked. But I started learning how to walk different. Didn't chase money, didn't chase luck, just peace. It's funny. Peace moves like contraband, invisible, priceless, and always in the wrong hands. One evening, Samuels caught me at the door. "You seem lighter," he said. "Finally learned math," I said. "What kind?" "The kind where you stop adding pain and start subtracting people." He chuckled. "Maybe you should teach a class." I smiled. "Already do. Just no one wants the homework." Weeks passed. Then one morning, mail call hit different. Envelope, no return, name just Joe Baker, laundry unit. Inside was a single lottery ticket, scratched clean, numbers random. On the back, written in pen, $5,000 don't buy forgiveness, no signature, but I knew that handwriting, it was Fields. My breath stalled. Couldn't tell if I was holding it or it was holding me. The man was dead, but his shadow was still running books in my head. I folded it, slipped it under the same Bible page, Proverbs 13 and 14, and let it stay there. Sometimes reminders hurt less when they stay between scripture. The next morning, while mopping the hall, I heard two inmates talking near the vent. "Yo, I heard Baker used to run the numbers." "Yeah, till his luck got dirty. Still, man, he's smart." "You think he'd teach me how to play it safe?" The first one laughed. "There ain't no safe way to gamble with God, fool." I didn't turn around and just kept mopping. Because they were right. You can cheat a man, you can cheat a system, but you can't cheat the lessons meant for you. And me, I learned mine at $5,000 a semester. That night, I dreamed of numbers again, just not mine. Rows and rows, floating like stars, all changing shape. When I reached out to grab them, they turned into faces, men I'd lied to, men I'd used, men who trusted me too long. And right in the center, that smile again, feels a mouth moving, voice like a coin dropping in an empty jar. "Everybody plays, Joe. You just forgot the odds." I woke up drenched, heartbeat counting to 10 like the walls were ticking me off a list. Sat up, wiped my face, and whispered, "Not this time." Then tore the ticket in half and let it fall into the trash can. That was the first time I chose peace over payback, and maybe the first real win I ever had. If you're listening to this, remember, you can't outsmart the math of consequence. You can dodge it, distract it, even delay it. But when it shows up, it'll use your own numbers against you. And by the time you realize what game you've been playing, you'll already be part of somebody else's equation. So keep your numbers to yourself. Then don't ever hand your luck to a man who works the door, because in here, even the gods use pens that bleed. And the only jackpot that pays in full is learning to walk away before the count starts. This has been another episode of Doing Time with Joe. I'm your host, Joe Baker, and I say peace, y'all.